Hey guys, it's Fire here with another LCS analysis. This time we'll be looking at a game between Fnatic and MYM. Now the reason I've chose this fight is because Fnatic play this really well. They kite perfectly, their positioning is really good, and they end up manipulating MYM into exactly where they want them to be. So xpeke gets engaged on by Nocturne here. He does speed himself up, which means he dodges the fear tether. You then have the ultimate from Sona and Varus, and this is where I'm going to pause it. So the first thing we're going to look at then is the positioning of both teams. You can see that MYM's front line in Nocturne and Zac have actually jumped onto Varus, but he's just flashed away, and he has the protection of Orianna and Sona to keep him alive. Now what Fnatic want to do at this point is just kite them back into the river. This is going to allow Varus to shred the tanks at the front, and it's also going to mean that MYM have to chase Fnatic into the river. When they're chasing, they're more likely to be grouped, which is going to allow an Orianna ult to be more effective. Now another important thing to note is that Soaz is on the top right away from the rest of his team, but he's zoning Draven out of this fight. You can see that the Sona ultimate actually landed onto Draven, which is going to keep him at the back and reduce his damage. Now Soaz has come in and is going to land a cocoon on him as well, which is going to keep him out of the fight even longer. So the other thing to note is that the Varus ultimate really helped them to kite here as well. So he aimed it at Nocturne, which is then going to spread to Zyra and spread to Zilean. That means that two of their members in Zyra and Zilean can't really get in this fight at all. Now a Zyra ultimate is best for counter initiation because it's going to stop all the enemy divers and knock them up. In this fight it was used aggressively and it doesn't actually really have any impact. You can see it's not really zoning anyone from the fight because Fnatic want to retreat anyway, so they're not looking to stay on the spot where that Zyra ult is. The final thing to note is that Zilean did actually ultimate Nocturne. At this point Nocturne hasn't really done anything and he's just kind of been a meat shield for all the damage that Varus and Orianna can put out. So that ult is pretty much just wasted. So let's just press play again. You can see the rest of the enemy team are going to chase onto Varus even more. They're going to try and get a kill onto him, but right here I'm going to pause it again because this is where they make the mistake. So this is exactly where Fnatic want MYM to be. They've chased onto Varus even harder and they've actually grouped up by doing so, which is going to allow the Orianna ultimate to hit more than one person. You can see the ball is actually above Libic at the moment and it's going to land slightly behind him and catch Zilean and Zyra in this ultimate. This is also the point when Soaz on Elise is going to come into the fight. He's been very patient in this fight and hasn't really had much of an impact apart from keeping Draven out of the fight. But this is the point where he's going to come in and mop up the kills after xpeke. From an AD carry standpoint, we have to look at Makler as well. So you can see his positioning on the left hand side at the moment and he's going to go and try and kill xpeke. Now the problem is that really those three that I've highlighted now should be attacking Soaz because he's the closest target to them, which is the highest priority that is safe for them to kill. Now that is the job of an AD carry and also any other carry in a team fight, is doing as much damage as possible while being safe to do so. By chasing into the rest of the team, they're putting themselves in danger when they should just be killing the person who is out of position. So the reason those three can't actually go onto Soaz is because they've got all their eggs in one basket and trying to kill Varus. Nocturne and Zac have dived so hard onto him that if they all turn around now, Nocturne's going to die, Zac will be killed in his passive as well, and that's just going to be a team fight loss for maybe one kill on Soaz. So this means that MYM are kind of in a rut now. They have to dive onto Varus and have to try and kill him. Makler's got no choice but to go to xpeke, but as you're going to see, he's going to be immediately collapsed upon because he's so far out of position, and that pretty much leads to the team fight loss. So even though this team fight looks very standard from Fnatic, they actually manipulated MYM the whole way through this fight to exactly where they wanted to be and exactly how they wanted to fight the team fight. They didn't allow MYM to fight it their way by diving on with the Zilean ultimate. They just kited them around, played it perfectly and get a clean ace from it. So thanks for watching guys, that's all I've got for today. This fight was actually picked out by a subscriber who left in the comments in my last video, so if you have any fights that you particularly want analysed, please let me know below and I'll have a look at them. Please do like and subscribe to this video, go like my Facebook, follow me on the Nook, and I'll catch you next time.